An update to a story we shared with you yesterday involving a stolen ambulance and a police chase. It was all caught on camera, and now we know who the suspect is. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a nightmare for drivers across the state. Some highways are still closed in the hardest hit areas. Meteorologist Kat Taylor has a look at what's going on out there right now. And Kat, thankfully the snow has moved out of Kansas. There's an apartment complex right behind me, but what you can't see out here is what's right behind it. There's a school and housing for children with developmental disabilities. It's about a football field's length from where we're standing right now. There's also a large neighborhood and a church on the other side of this camera. So when this sign popped up over here a few days ago, it raised a lot of questions. This is a breaking news update. Law enforcement is investigating an officer-involved shooting. The call for trouble went out just before 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're also finding out what really happened to the woman who was attacked. For the first time, she sat down and talked with us about her frightening ordeal. A Wichita teenager is in the ICU after a suspected drunk driver crashed into him. Not much of a party in here just yet, but the governor did just arrive here. This is where he's going to be watching those numbers come in this evening. Well, Jim, if any of our viewers have been to Las Vegas, you know that this scene behind me, that is not normal for Las Vegas Boulevard at all. 2 full blocks on Las Vegas Boulevard are still closed. He is staying on the 31st floor, and he says on Sunday night he was in his room as round after round was fired above his bed. Take a listen. This shooting happened at a townhome right behind me. Officers still on scene tonight. I'm actually standing on Harry Street, so you can see the eastbound drivers for at least 2 hours now have been having to divert through a neighborhood here to get around all of this. This doesn't start until tomorrow morning at 4:30, but check it out. There are already some people lining up. Another round of travelers just arrived here, just landed a few moments ago, and now they're getting their bags. Get this, more than 3,000 people have flown in and out of Wichita's airport today alone. Agents with the Kansas Department of Revenue converged onto Star Motors in West Wichita, seizing cash and bank accounts and loading cars onto tow trucks. According to these court documents, the owners, seen here, owe more than $230,000 in back taxes. Every car out here now has an X taped on its window, and the Department of Revenue posted these seize signs all over the place, letting people know the state now owns this business.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Tiffany Garrett wipes away the tears. This news is putting the single mother of 3 in a bind.
I went there, I looked for cars, I test drove cars, and I finally got approved for one.
Garrett says she paid $1,000 cash for an SUV. She got a receipt and was told she didn't need to sign any paperwork until she picked the car up the next day after it was worked on and detailed. When she showed up to get the car,
the whole place is seized and they don't have my $1,000 or my car.
Agents told her to contact one of the owners. When she calls him, she gets this voice message.
Do not call this number. Do not leave a voicemail. Only text.
Her text has gone unanswered. So we tried to text him and even stopped by the owner's house, but no one came to the door.
I'm just a mother looking for a car, just trying to get back and forth.
The state says anyone who bought a car from Star Motors recently and has the vehicle but doesn't have the title shouldn't worry. The title work should go through as normal. As for Garrett's situation, there's no answer yet. After countless searches and empty leads, Wichita police now confirm they're no longer looking for 5-year-old Lucas Hernandez. But the questions are just beginning.
We believe that it is the body of Lucas Hernandez.
Chief Gordon Ramsey says it wasn't police who found Lucas, but rather David Marshburn, a private investigator that the boy's grandmother contacted. Marshburn said he was on this road in Harvey County with Lucas's stepmother, Emily Glass, the last person to see Lucas alive.
You know, sometimes when we're in a bad state and we really have something heavy on our chest, we want to get it off our chest and all. You really want to be able to rely on somebody, and I guess that's the person I was for her, to help her or talk her through some of it.
He says during their search, Glass eventually revealed the child's body was hidden under a bridge off a dirt road in Harvey County. Police and forensic teams recovered the remains, and late today the medical examiner confirmed it as the body of little Lucas. Marshburn won't say if Glass confessed, but police are alluding that they still have plenty of unanswered questions.
We do know that there's people out there with valuable information. As we continue to investigate this case, that could come forward with clues that would continue to help us